Most people don't know how many financial accounts they have or their net worth. And when you're not paying attention, you're leaving money on the table. The solution is Monarch, an all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean interface on your laptop or phone. In just minutes, link all your accounts for a complete picture of your financial health. You'll never need a spreadsheet again. Get 50% off your first year, that's just $50 total, at monarch.com with code MANAGE. That's monarch.com, promo code MANAGE.
Welcome to Growing Your Team, a podcast designed for small business owners seeking to grow their company with the help of employees and contractors. Your time is limited, which means growing and leveraging teams is essential for business success. The Growing Your Team podcast is the place to learn tips and techniques designed to help you know when it's the right time to hire, how to select perfect fit team members, and how to maximize productivity while creating a positive work environment. Drawing from her 10-plus years of leadership and hiring experience, here is your host, Jamie Van Kuyk.
Hello, Jamie Van Kuyk here, and welcome back to the Growing Your Team podcast. Today, we're talking about a common mistake that I see many business owners make when they go to hire their first team members. And this is, they try to hire their clone. Yep, they try to duplicate themselves because why not? They're the one doing all the work today, and if their business is successful, if you feel like your business is doing really well because of what you are doing, why wouldn't you want to hire someone who is going to be able to produce work at the same level and do things the same way as you? Well, I'm here to tell you that's not necessarily true, and you should not hire your clone. You should not be looking for you when hiring. You need to look for the person that complements you. And this often means finding someone that fills in your gaps. Now, this is something that we've talked about on many podcasts recently. Everything from the episode 92 with Casey Groomer, 96 with Amber Hawley, and even going all the way back to episode 13 with Jenny Schubring, where we talk about hiring and having that person balance who you are. So let's talk more in detail about that. So to kick us off, the reason why you don't want to hire your clone is because you're not the best at everything. Yes, I hate to break it to you, but you have gaps. You have weaknesses. And yes, you've done a fantastic job getting your business to where it's at. But you alone cannot do everything. And you alone cannot do everything well. So you need to find out what is lacking in your business. What do you need to get off your plate? Because it's not your strengths. You are holding those things back. And then you need to hire the person who can fill those things because what is your weakness is their strengths. So as I mentioned, episode 13 with Jenny Schubring, we talk about strength finders in that episode and really identifying what your strengths are. And through that episode, we talked about why when you get the list of your entire strengths, if you do the strengths finders activity, you don't want to scroll all the way to the bottom and identify your weakness and focus on those weaknesses, focus on those things at the bottom of the list. And the reason being is you need to focus on your strengths to succeed in situations instead of focusing on how to get rid of your weaknesses, because you're not going to get rid of your weaknesses. You're not going to be perfect at everything. But when you learn to leverage your strengths, the weaknesses don't matter. But sometimes the areas that you're weak in are areas and things that are needed in your business. So if you're not supposed to focus on your weaknesses and try to improve your weaknesses, then what do? You find someone whose strengths are your weaknesses. And no, this does not mean go do the Strength Finders exercise, scroll down to the bottom of the list, find out what your weaknesses are, and make those your top priority when you're going to hire. Because while those might be your weaknesses, your business might not need someone with those strengths to be successful. But you need to find out, how are you holding back your business? How are you making it so these tasks that you want to hand off are not the best? And finding someone who can do things better than you. I know you're the business owner, but there are people out there that can do the things that you're doing better than you. And you want to hire that person. That is great. You want to hire the person who's going to give you the amazing results that you need. And yes, sometimes that means hiring the person that's better than you at certain things. The thing about not hiring your clone also comes down to personality. There are so many people who look at maybe their personality tests, and let's talk about the Enneagram. And they're like, I'm an Enneagram 3. Enneagram 3s are the best because I'm an Enneagram 3 and I have all these strengths and all these things that make me who I am. So the people that need to do this have to be Enneagram 3s, and that's not the case. You want to hire people on your team that are a mix of personalities. You don't need a homogenous team where everyone has the same personality and everyone has the same points of view. You need to switch things up. It's even looking at the things like transitioning into looking at things from a diversity level. They say sometimes the reason why diverse teams are some of the most successful teams is because different point of views, different perspectives are brought in. So you're not just looking at everything from one limited point of view. You have different point of views that are looking at the exact same thing and bringing different ideas to the table based on their experiences. And when you're able to effectively work through and talk through those experiences, you can then create better products and better ideas that are going to impact a larger group of people and help increase that revenue. So hiring someone who's exactly the same as you, has your personality, has your strengths, doesn't expand your business. It keeps it very limited. And you want to get that variety of ideas, that variety of skills so your business can be its best. Also, depending on your personality, sometimes the people that are most like us are the people we get along with the least. Because there's that conflict of maybe you're both dominant personalities that like to control all situations. And then you're trying to control the situation and they're trying to control the situation. And you have this thing of, well, I'm the boss, so I must be right. And then they have this thing, well, you hired me because of this, so I must be right. And then you're always at conflict and butting heads with each other. And you're butting heads because you're the same. So you want to bring in people who aren't like you. People that if you're very analytical, maybe they're more creative. If you're very, to bring in once again the words of Amber Holly, if you're very distracted and always going off to that new thing, bringing in someone who can ground you and help you see things from beginning to end while maybe you're thinking about that next item. So it's very rare that you're going to hire someone who's just like you, and that's going to be your goal when you're hiring. Unless you're getting ready to retire and leave the business and you need to 100% fill your shoes, then you might want to look at someone who's just like you because they're not working with you, they're replacing you. But other than that, find out what you need, what's going to complement the work that you do. Who's going to help fill in the gaps that exist, because we're not perfect at everything. Everyone has their weaknesses. And sometimes you need people who can fill in those gaps because that's what your business needs to get to the next level. So stop trying to hire your clone and hire the person that you need so your business can thrive and succeed. Are you ready to hire a new team member for your business and you want to ensure you hire the person who can succeed in the role, make you happy, and positively impact your bottom line? Then set up time and let's talk, because this is exactly how I help business owners like you. When you go through my Hire framework, not only will you learn how to attract candidates who have the passion you desire, but you'll be able to identify and select candidates who have the skills you need and can succeed in the role. Going through this consultant process not only helps you find the right new hire for your current open position, but it teaches you how to repeat this process with every new position you add to your company as it continues to grow. So if you're a small business owner who is ready to hire, has a rough idea of the position you need to add, and you're tired of going through the hiring process only to end up with bad fitting team members, then let's talk. Send me an email at jamie@growingyourteam.com. That's Jamie, Jamie, @growingyourteam.com, or head on over to growingyourteam.com/jumpstart and let's talk about your hiring needs.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Growing Your Team with your host, Jamie Van Kuyk. Be sure to subscribe and head on over to growingyourteam.com to connect, access the show notes, and discover more ways to hire and leverage your perfect fit team.